It seems Diddy had good reason to panic following his arrest, especially now that the feds have revealed the identities of the prosecutors handling his case, who are all white women. If there's one thing to know about white women in the legal system, it's that they are relentless when prosecuting serious cases like this. Diddy is facing up to 40 years in prison, and they are likely to pursue him vigorously. However, it appears Diddy is not planning to spend that long behind bars. Rumor has it he's been spilling the beans and cooperating with authorities, implicating everyone involved in the alleged misconduct. Diddy is reportedly singing like a canary, and the revelations he's making are bound to leave people shocked. When the streets first started talking about how Diddy was going to snitch on people, we weren't shocked because he's exactly the type to snitch on people to save himself. This was further proven when the feds released the indictment document after the grand jury, and we realized that they had gotten Diddy cold. The document said physical violence by the defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. He'd women by, among other things, striking, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These incidents were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Combs's violence was also not limited to these women, it extended to his employees and witnesses to his and others. The documents also hinted that the feds were going to bring RICO charges on Diddy, saying members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs's security personnel, at times carried firearms. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his. In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with the face serial numbers, as well as a drum magazine. It also said that when employees or witnesses to his or others threatened Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engaged in acts of threats of financial and reputational harm and verbal threats. These acts included kidnapping and arson. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw objects at people as well as dragged, choked, and shoved others. It seems Diddy had good reason to panic following his arrest, especially now that the feds have revealed the identities of the prosecutors handling his case, who are all white women. If there's one thing to know about white women in the legal system, it's that they are relentless when prosecuting serious cases like this. Diddy is facing up to 40 years in prison, and they are likely to pursue him vigorously. However, it appears Diddy is not planning to spend that long behind bars. Rumor has it he's been spilling the beans and cooperating with authorities, implicating everyone involved in the alleged misconduct. Diddy is reportedly singing like a canary, and the revelations he's making are bound to leave people shocked. The wild part about this situation is that Diddy made the courts a very generous offer for his bail, but still got denied. Prosecutors presented a strong argument for denying bail, expressing concerns that he might intimidate witnesses and obstruct justice if released. They also highlighted that Diddy has the financial means to be a flight risk, noting that narcotics were allegedly found in his hotel room at the time of his arrest. In an effort to prove he wasn't a flight risk, Diddy offered a staggering $50 million. His lawyer proposed bail on the condition of a $50 million bond co-signed by several family members: his mother, sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. The bond would be secured by the equity in Diddy's residence located at 2 West Star Island in Miami, Florida, which is appraised at about $48 million and was unencumbered. Prior to the bail hearing on August 20th, 2024, Diddy even paid off the remaining $1 million mortgage on the home to ensure it could be used for the bond. Furthermore, the proposal stated that the bond would also be secured by the equity in his mother's home in Miami, and that Diddy's travel would be restricted to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York for court appearances, meetings with his counsel, and medical appointments. He even offered to surrender his daughter's and mother's passports to reassure the court, but despite all this, the court still refused his bail request. It was at that moment that Diddy realized just how serious the situation had become. So it's not surprising that Diddy started offering up names to try to get a lower sentence, and judging by the all-white women prosecutors on his case, he better start snitching on everybody and they mama.
The outstanding career prosecutors from SDNY who were handling this case: Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smizer, and Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleiter and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases.
If Diddy was expecting sympathy from the prosecutors, he certainly got a rude awakening, and it seems to explain why he's allegedly been naming names. Reports suggest that he's throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something will stick in his defense. So, who's on Diddy's list? Word on the street is that Usher might not be the innocent party some believed him to be. Allegations have been swirling that Usher was not only aware of Diddy's notorious parties but might have willingly participated in them. While many have speculated about Diddy's actions toward Usher, some are now claiming that, while Usher may have been a victim in some ways, he was also allegedly involved in Diddy's so-called freak-offs. Gene Deal was among the first to suggest this, hinting that Usher possesses more insider knowledge about Diddy than he has publicly disclosed. The situation is developing, and more voices seem to be emerging with their own claims, complicating the narrative surrounding Diddy and his circle.
And it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
Jaguar Wright also had one or two things to say about Usher, claiming that he allegedly helped Diddy get to Justin Bieber and say him.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first.
Yeah.
Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
It's a truly disturbing situation if these allegations hold any weight, and it wouldn't be shocking if Usher's name ended up being at the top of Diddy's list. Then there's Diddy's close friend, JayZ. While fans have been quick to speculate that JayZ could be just as culpable as Diddy, the reality is that we don't have a clear picture of JayZ's involvement or lack thereof. As Jaguar Wright pointed out, JayZ tends to be more strategic and discreet about his actions, which makes it harder to pin down any wrongdoing on his part. This murky situation leaves many questions unanswered, and as more information surfaces, it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
There have been a lot of talk about JayZ and young girls like Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, and the rest, but JayZ has been slick about it. However, if there is one person who knows where all the bodies are buried, it's Diddy. And now that Diddy is snitching, it looks like we're about to see this drama blow up to insane levels. Fans commented, "Prediction: Diddy is going to snitch on all of the other bad guys in the music and entertainment industry to try and get a reduced sentence. And then they're going to Epstein him in jail. I hope Diddy becomes the loudest snitch in the entertainment industry. We need all the MFS even slightly around him to burn so we can build something new. Otherwise, it's like that monster from Hercules." And I know Diddy is going to snitch on others. Dude about to sing like the artist he refused to pay. But I want to know who else think Diddy is going to snitch on, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.